Hello, friends. How are you? My name is Mike. This right here is Health and Wealth. The channel is Health and Wealth. The name is Mike. Thank you for tuning in today for another episode. Today, I'm going to do an update on Coney, CONY. This is a YieldMax play. I've been in Coney now for 8 months. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. This is not an endorsement of this ETF at all. In fact, once you see the numbers, it might not be an endorsement for you at all. But this channel isn't really here to talk about like what's good, what's bad, what's good, what's bad. It's more to talk about what I'm doing with my money. And I know a lot of people that follow along are kind of doing similar things, and they like to see different approaches to things. So Coney, I'm taking a different approach. I'm using a tactic called Dividend Reinvestment Program. Is it purchase program? Something like that, right? If only we had Google. But I'm dripping Coney, and it's just for a fun little experiment. I want to hold it in there for 5 years, and we're gonna see where it takes us. Now, it could take us to reverse split land, which is a terrible place. We don't like reverse split land. It could take us to increase shared value if the underlying goes up, and it could take us to $150,000 a year in distribution. It's right, so those big numbers out there, or anywhere in between, really. But a lot of people ask, like, could this go to zero? Well, do you see Coinbase going to zero? Because if you see Coinbase potentially going to zero, becoming a non-company, then yeah, it could go to zero for sure. But how does YieldMax make money for us? They trade options, calls, puts, synthetic options, which are calls and puts on Coinbase. And so the volatility of Coinbase generates premiums on those options that get paid to you, the shareholder. How does YieldMax make money? They make money on your money sitting in their fund, and they take a cut of 0.99%. Let's call it 1%, right? Let's round up on that one. So what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna share what's my month, because I do this every month. I share my month. I'm also gonna share the Bitcoin talk. I'm gonna talk about all my distributions I've got from this so far. I want to talk about the positions in Coney. I want to talk about Coinbase itself, and I also want to discuss what I'm going to be doing in the future with this. All right. So first things first, let's get this down. Here's my handy dandy spreadsheet. It's nothing too major here. I just grabbed Excel sheets and threw some numbers in. So you can see with Coney, I've been in it for 8 months now. My original total investment in Coney, no more Mike dollars is going into this, by the way. That's it. $2,960 is going into that. No more money from me. Total distributions received in Canadian money, because I am from Canada, is $985. Now, that doesn't really matter because I'm trading in US dollars. So, total US is, take that conversion rate and change it around a couple different times, but $693 in distribution. So, that's pretty decent in 8 months coming from a $2,900 investment. Now, that's the plus. The negative is the share price is plummeting, and that's not good. Now, if you want to take a historical look at Coney and how much it's paid so far, it's been around for just over 19 months now, and it's already paid back its shareholders $31.16 in distributions in that 19 months. Listed below is all of the distributions here, and actually, we could go right to the website and you could see them all sitting on YieldMax's website. They display that for you there. So far so good on distributions, that's for sure. My total shares when I started with that $2,960 was 183 shares. Again, I'm not investing any more of my dollars in this fund. And my average cost when I first bought everything, when I finished up buying, was $16.18. Now, if we go to the right here, we take a look at the current price list here. This is each of these months. I just kind of wrote down the current price when I made the video. Today, right now, as of 5 minutes ago, was $6.82. So you can see it's down, like $9.80, whatever the math on that is, since I bought 8 months ago. So here's all of the months I've started dripping. It's a new project for me. It's only 4 months in. January, the automatic drip bought me 10 shares. February was 14. March was 10. And then April here was 11 shares. Now it paid me 43 cents per share. And at the time, I had 217 shares. So now I have 228 shares in those 4 months. I've just kind of put a little thing on the right here, 35 shares dripped so far. Now, that just means that I haven't had to, work for that. I haven't had to put my money into the fund. It just lets the fund buy itself. And I'm trying to snowball that a little bit. It's really tough in a market like right now to snowball anything, as the market's just tanking. That's taken away from our average cost here, bringing it from my average cost right now is $15.33. But I mean, the share price is quite a bit lower than that. So where could this go? Normally I would get afraid around the $6 mark of reverse splits, and I shouldn't say I'm not afraid, but I'm not afraid because I actually do not care what happens to this money right here, $2,960. It could poof vanish into space, but I know a lot of you are heavy investors in Coney, so you do care about this share price. And so what could happen is if it gets much lower, then it risks the reverse split territory. Anything around that $5 range. YieldMax has mentioned they want to do 5-for-1 splits. Or is it 1-for-5 splits? But I guess it would be 5-for-1, right? So if you had, let's see here, 228 shares, that would be divided by 5. That's how many shares you would have if that happened. And that would be awful. Just so you know, the same thing happened with Tesla. They said, but then you get a bigger distribution because it's less shares. But watch Tesla, that distribution has shrank as the price of Tesla has come down. So, not looking forward to that if that happens. But again, for me personally, it's not a big deal because it's not a ton of money in there. But for you, I would be really, really upset. And I'd be paying a little bit more attention to my investment. I don't know personally if I'd put any more of my personal money. Can I say personal anymore? I probably could, but I'm going to try not to. I probably wouldn't put any of my money back in there, especially with this fund going down the way it's going right now. Bitcoin price today, 78,000. Let me slam my head on the desk that I was not awake at 7 a.m. because do you know what happened at 7 a.m. today, everybody? Oh, there it is. There it is. 6:55 a.m. 74,755. You know why I'm slamming my head on the desk? Because I have been saying I've been waiting for this price to get to 75,000. I was going to double what I have in Bitcoin. It didn't happen. But I will continue to wait. I have faith. It happened, though. It happened. Only for about 40 minutes or less, it happened. Half an hour, it happened. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if Coinbase has an option for me to just have my money sitting there and then put a limit order down. I'm going to see if that happens or not. Next up, I got my passive account. This is something that I talk about on my account, something I use to track my distributions and dividends. This thing right here is available to you. If you're a Questrade customer, you get it for free. If you're not, the premium version is 99 whole dollars a year, mind you, not a month, but a year. And that's the premium version. The non-premium version is half of that. But I don't want to just sit here and tout products at you. I just think it's a good product. For me, it's super simple to use. You can see so far in April here, I have. Oh, let me just scroll this down a little. Oh, I'm scrolled all the way down. Sorry, guys. You know what? Let me move my face down then a little bit. There we go. 135 bucks so far this month in distributions. Now that has been converted to Canadian, which is great about this product. You can use it in US or Canadian or wherever you're from. And it'll work for you. It's pretty awesome. So far, Nvidia has paid me the most. You know what? I'm gonna go like this. So far, Nvidia's paid me the most, and it has paid me $6,273. Misty's paid me $3,567, and Coney's catching up here 985 Canadian, like I mentioned, which is it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see where that's going to be at in 5 years from now. Right? Hopefully, that's going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars. But That's wishful thinking, I think. Here's YieldMax's website. If you're new to YieldMax, the website is yieldmaxetfs.com. Go to our ETFs under YieldMax covered call ETFs. You can find Coney sitting right here. If you want to do more research, you can see the current distribution right now. This changes every single day. It's not stagnant. Okay, so depends on the price of the shares. That's not a number I really pay attention to ever. Down below, you can see all of the distributions in here. You can see the pay dates of these, the declaration, the X date, and the recording date, as well as when is it going to be paid. All of that sitting in there. And then down below here, you can kind of find more information. So Coney has $826 million of your money in it. That's how YieldMax makes his money. Makes his Guys, I have a cold. I have a real bad cold. If you haven't noticed, I paused this video twice to blow my nose and cough. Don't don't judge me on my words today, okay? So yeah, take a look. A little bit more information about YieldMax's website. Down on the holdings, I don't really focus too hard on this, especially with Coney right here, because it's not all of their holdings. What they do tend to show in here is their synthetic options. So May 16th, 220. And then May 16th, 185. Okay, well, that's a little better, a little closer. Synthetics is the goal is for us to get over those by those dates. But if you want more information, hit the download all holdings button right there, and you can go take a look at everything inside of there. Let's take a look at coin stock is doing today. Down 1.98%. But I mean, if we take a look at the last month here, down 27%, did all right in the last 6 months, didn't it? Right. So not too bad. But, since February 19th, it hasn't been doing too well. February 19th was a big day in the world. And wow, it started with Coinbase on the 13th, but there's February 19th, give or take 38% down. Coney itself here, yeah, not looking good, but today, just down 0.5%. And I mean, if we do the same thing with Coney here, down in the last 6 months, 47%. If you look at February 19th, kind of follows Coinbase quite a bit here, down 42%. So why is it down more? With the YieldMax funds, you really see the downside risk on these a lot more. Plus, they paid out a distribution every single month, right? So that kind of adds to it there too. For me, I am a Coinbase user. That's what I buy my crypto on. And here are some of the cryptos that you can buy. The website's pretty simple to use. But yeah, you can go on here and make purchases if you want to. For me, I just use the app. There's Bitcoin sitting right up top. All of these prices are in Canadian, by the way, just because I am from the land of Canada. But yeah, different prices there for sure. XRP 271 Canadian, so that'd be like what, a buck 80 US. Wow, interesting. But it's kind of cool. You can see all the different charts sitting right there. You could trade all of these. Now, some things like Tron is not tradable in crypto or on Coinbase, sorry. But anything with a trade next to it, you can buy it here on Coinbase. So, yeah, not too shabby, not too shabby at all. My pie's just getting pied in the face over here. But I do have an extra chart here that I brought up from Questrade. Again, I'll bring my face down just a little bit here. This is going to be one of the perks of Questrade. So it talks about how people judge Coinbase. And so right now it's an 8. It's an outperform. Current price, whenever I took the screenshot, was 159. But analyst ratings, moderate buy. Now it does have the average price target of $317, but those are all, about 5, 6 months old on there. So I wouldn't take that as something that I would agree with. Now the last 3 were within the last month. A couple were just today. One was today, and they had a hold on this, as in not sell, not buy, and their price target was 167. So that was pretty realistic compared to today's market of 159. Blogger opinions, bullish coin sentiment, 80% sector average. Hedge fund activity has been decreased by 188,000 shares in the last quarter. Tip rank investors neutral. News sentiment very bullish. I think that goes along with the whole crypto world. Technicals negative. SMA momentum minus 35.67%. That last month here has really affected that. Um, and then fundamentals, return on equity 31% and asset growth minus 88%. So that's not good at all. So I don't know. I'm not too sure if it's a buy or not. It's not something that's really on my radar as things that I would like to buy, that's for sure. But I'm sticking to the plan. I committed to it. I'm going to be there for 5 years. So what's the math on that? 4 years and 8 months from now. We'll see what that fund's at. Put your price predictions in the comments below. Who knows, right? How much money will I have in there 4 years and 8 months from now? Will it be just kind of staying the exact same? There's paying me my own money back, or will it grow? Will it grow? I don't know. The future's ahead of us. The future will tell us what happens, but I'm excited for the future. And in turmoil times like this, I am buying the ones that I have value in, that I see value in, that I see going long term. For me, Coney is not that one, but I did make a huge purchase today in terms of the value of my account. And I'm going to make a video on that tomorrow. So if you enjoyed this content, hit the like, subscribe, and you want to become a member, I would absolutely love to have you. $4.99 for the big boys and $1.99 for the ones that want to support the channel. My name is Mike. This channel is Health and Wealth. You're awesome. Have a great day. Bye for now.